collapses on itself there. And yeah, I'm keeping stats right now, honestly. Oasis Gaming have won 2 out of 3 pistols. The only one they've lost was just because of that ninja fuse. And we'll see how much we can bring the stats on. But that's one more to the kill sheet for Wits. Add the point to him. The Team Secret now looking to creep closer towards the B site. Bonus time here for Oasis Gaming. Not as effective as of yet. While Oreo though trying to be cheeky, up close and personal. Envy gonna be there for the covering fire. And they just put themselves in the corner. They don't care. They just want to up the body count. Dispenser gonna get 3 here though. Coco now with a flash drive over to that site. Team Secret, they don't pull the trigger as of yet, and look at the trap being sprung by Borkum. Well played, well timed, and well inflicted by Team Secret. They didn't commit on the sites, and Coco jumped the gun, and he got gunned down as a response.
That fake out actually completely was bitten here. Fell for that bait. Hook, line, and sinker, everything. So more than enough. Team Secret to realize, hey, there's a double stack towards logs. Let's chop them down and bury them where they stand. 2 to 1, you can see the Prowler just being so effective in those close range clears.
So I guess your Christmas time, we call Team Secret to get us a new tree just for the house.
I mean, you'd always buy an assembled one, but
no. Yeah. I want a real tree. I want like dubstep plus dispenser forever on the log right there. With a smiley face.
You want the whole pine tree in your living room?
Sure. Maybe like a great oak. That'd be cool.
Oh my goodness. What a mansion you have, Dax. No,
don't. That's not me. That's Fluffy. Guys, he has an elevator, by the way, in his house. Quick little doxer, by the way. But hey, Team Secrets. Now.
Yeah, over at 32nd. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
32nd Street.
The Rich Man Boulevard.
Yeah.
Well, health makes wealth, and we'll see if Team Secret can build up their wealth here as the Nano Swarms will be popped for the fake out it. Ripper. Seems like yet again, hook, line, sinker. That's the catch on. Oasis though staying still on the high ground. Dubstep will see the head, grazes it, and eventually able to chop down Wild Oreo in his prime. 5v4 scenario now. Dispenser keeping an eye out in the middle. It's Team Secret with site control here. Oasis stuck towards the rafters for now.
Good small angle there. He was able to utilize off of the slight pixel. But Envy, great trade. Ripper finding an opening as well. Wits able to get that trade off into him. And Jesse Vash, all these Spectres coming in close range, fully utilizing the advantage that they've got. And Dispenser on the back line, making sure that they don't go unchecked. 2-2. Good round here from Team Secret. Almost inexpensive, but hey, they keep it in the pocket. Oasis now forced under an eco.
Yeah, they're happy to find out that duel anyway, but for Oasis Gaming, losing Wild Oreo early on, really hurting their chances in the retake. You could see they lack that presence all around the sites. They were absolutely funneled in towards the rafters, and while Ripper was trying to be a bit cheeky there, the thing is, there's still a backstab waiting to happen. That's when Dispenser comes in to put the pressure. Jesse Vashenowitz able to hold the line and keep the toe. For Team Secret, if they can keep getting these sites quickly, they know what part of the map that they have in partition. That's what their whole double duelist is all about here on Ascent. Dubstep right now scanned. Can easily get away from this. Gate Crash is still available, and I wonder where their Yoru is going to go next.
Well, great opening pick here by Borkum to start off the round. Marky getting punished, but that was a risk he kind of had to take. You're on the eco, you lose a pick. Why not try and go 50-50? Throw your cards on the table and see what lands, what sticks. Spaghetti? Perhaps. Cooked? Maybe not.
Spaghetti-o. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Just because we're in Ascent, man. Just because this is technically still Italy. You don't have to talk about pizza pasta like that.
I mean, I don't have anything against pizza pasta. But
I love pasta. I love pizza. And I love Envy. Getting the shop there into the real dubstep experience. You think about it, like the fake...
It's more Oasis Gaming as a whole you love, Dax.
Oh! Not as much as Fluffy loves Oasis, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, his heart and soul and his job pretty much screams Oasis Gaming. But, Spike's planted and Oasis Gaming, can they actually go for the retake if ever? They have scrounged the rifle along the way. Nice scan there from Envy. Forcing Witch to drop on down, but here we go yet again. The pinch is perfect from Team Secret. Jesse Fast right now coming in from main, keeping the shots on the pressure towards the smoke. And Envy's now the only one left. 1v3 scenario. But this is going to be a problem for Oasis if they cannot handle those flanks whatsoever. They're just going to get picked apart one by one by Team Secret. And case in point, Borkum gonna get 3 with the same pressure being applied in the last 2 rounds, and Team Secrets, apparently their acupuncturist in their own time, because they're finding really where to prod Oasis Gaming as much as possible.
Yeah, the formula here currently being utilized by Team Secret. Methodical, not super slow, but methodical at the very least. And when they do strike, they make it very, very swift, very efficient as well. To not let that opposing defensive side set for a potential retake, or even for the anchor defense in general. So, no operator coming out on either side just yet. Blades could be dispensed here by Wits, but holds onto it for the meantime. Got a Vandal in hand, more than enough to work with. Utility being set up here for that short entrance. Spencer finds an opening pick, and Dubstep pushing out with a flash, perfectly timed. Jesse Bash finds Marky spraying on through, and Borkum there from Sabrosa sends him down to the depths of hell. Jesse Vash does get a kill, does rather get found by Envy. They have no man advantage to work with. Now they do, but Wits makes that quick and clean, not letting things get too out of hand, and the entire brawl there pretty much happened on mid, and that's where they go.
Huh? I thought we were watching Deathmatch real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just it. Mid control, fight for it, and I don't think that's the best plan here for Oasis Gaming. They have that Astra, they have that Killjoy, and if they're not going to manipulate angles like top mid as much as possible with those stars, then what's the point? They're not going to get these kind of shots. Yes, they are stellar at hitting those heads as much as possible, but it's not enough. It's Team Secret with the advantage there with the sudden haste. They have some flashes to work with. They have that double duelist, and you know, especially with Jesse Bash there on the fade, he can just get a lot more intel and a lot more done compared to the rest of Oasis Gaming. So I think Oasis learning from that mistake, and immediately now on an eco states, they will decide to play a bit more passive right now. The aggression, not really the right answer, but still, they need to find a way to cover those flanks if need be. Wild Oreo here, alongside Ripper. Oasis Gaming now, watching into the middle. But Team Secret, the stack is through, and B main is the place they're going for.
They have the weapons advantage here. Economy heavily in their favor. A thicker wallet to throw around and wave in the faces. But they can't be too over-eager with that. Oasis. Having the noise, same as Team Secret. Nobody really giving up much here. Do throw that fake out. Towards mid, Prowler to clear out the close corners, giving them control here of the B site now for the most part. But Ripper finding Wit's huge pick. Dubstep almost goes down to Coco as well. He's been tagged up quite a bit. And on this push, Oasis do stifle them for a second, but still, Team Secret should get the plant down, lockdown within the middle of the site to extend this even further. But this is potentially an expensive round for Team Secret. If Oasis get a few more picks, they've burned the lockdown already.
I mean, they created a lot of space with the Nightfall. They also used the lockdown for the same case. The Oasis Gaming, nothing much to lose into a round like this. Just try and take those rifles, try to take those heads. And let's see if they can actually make this thrifty happen. But Hunter's Fury now to call. Envy trying to draw those lines. A little bit of a coloring book here for the Sova, but Dubstep on the board onto one. Ripper getting up close personal. Finds the second. No, it's Jesse Bash instead. Fighting 2, fighting 3! And he'll find them all there at the end, haunting Oasis Gaming in that round. 5-2. A chilling presence from Team Secret. Yet again, keep an eye out as much as possible on who's staying away from the pack, because that will be where Team Secret will bring the punch on.
We've been seeing actually Dubstep play more of a lurking role here on his Yoru than really anything on else. Now, on that final push, Jesse came in to help, but Jesse Bash, it's so formidable how potent he still is, and how long he has been potent here.
Are you trying to say something?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, we have the old conundrum, the coach paradox in the PH, and it's because of players like him who are still so efficient at what they do.
We can still play. Don't worry, I'm just stirring the pot here real quick. But now,
let's something you love to do, Dax.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's one of the few things we can actually do here in the English side compared to the Filipino side. But hey, Team Secrets, they are going to go for a bit of that Prowler action. Oasis implying presence closer to that B main angle. It might be the case here, that A main angle rather. But I think that might be the better case here. Contest close, but not too far reaching. Don't vie for mid as much. Angles like Pizza, like Market, and the contest from the entranceways of A and B main respectively. Those can be powerful positions for Oasis Gaming just to bother Team Secret and their push. You did mention though that for Dubstep, it isn't really more of the entry potential. Instead, it's a game of patience, and I think really it's still the same style that he brings onto Bind, but let's find ourselves to the spell binding sentence by Envy. Already getting a takedown. Dubstep caught on that. Oasis Gaming
30
playing guard duty here, there, and everywhere.
Uh-oh.
And you can see how effective it can be as they collect the IDs and the dog tags of Team Secrets. You can identify that this is a bit better for Oasis, but Dispenser able to go for the crossfire onto Ripper. Jesse Bash bringing that spike down to the site. Now the swarm for the blockade and Envy. Oh, the floor is lava, but he's in the corner. Did you see it? Pixel perfect with the feet. It's that game of the boat is sinking. And he's still able to stay on the newspaper in time, grouping himself with the rest of Oasis Gaming. 3 versus 1 Dispenser all alone. But in the boathouse, he is in shallow waters here. Fragment thrown also to the defaults. Oasis Gaming taking the sweet time to get onto the site. Just have to be careful though. Dispenser right now peeking through the doorway. And it's Wild Oreo who will shut down that peephole there. 3-5, Oasis doing better this time for the round.
Back of the boathouse, and his sails drop dead. Not really catching much wind. As Team Secret spread themselves a bit too thin. Need a bit more men on board, on deck, to be able to keep their sails afloat.
30 seconds left.
Ship of theirs. If you let that continue to happen, then Team Secret could be in for a rough time. Oasis can definitely come back. As the coast looks clear for them, seemingly not. Team Secret now. No operator once again on either side. Not that Oasis can really afford that expenditure. They do have the blades on the marquee. Even though they win that round, you can see how much the economic troubles have been hampering Oasis is here. Not even a full gun up on marquee, but luckily for him, he does have that blades once again. They got a lot of ultimates to throw at here. Jesse Bash has his once more.
It's always costly when you have to deal with Team Secret, especially just in that round. It looks so secure, right? That they had those 1v1s, it went to their favor, but suddenly Wild Oreo and Marky will pop together. Wild Oreo getting 2 of these weasels on the other side. Dispenser right now with the takedown of Marky. Coco getting on board. Jesse Bash with trade. And now in the game of Raps, it's all about the brawls and the bars here. Coco, though, finding Dubstep. Now it's 3v1. Jesse Bash all alone, but we've seen him shoot his way out of situations like this before. Can he do it yet again? Envy, though, the bow and arrow is not going to be effective whatsoever. Technology rules, and it's Jesse Bash a year ahead. Now then, Jesse Bash bring that experience, and a shot to the face onto Coco, shutting down Mr. Roboto into the corner. This is really where Jesse Bash shines. Quite a touch in any game that he gets into in the PH ecosystem, and you can see it here. Jesse Bash waiting for the timing. Ripper, though, cool, calm, collected. And we talk about standards for the PH scene. Team Secret, an absolute standard of its own.
Ooh.
But what a revelation!
Oh
what a lineup!
Goodness.
Jesse Bash watching perhaps videos there on the tubes, knowing exactly what to do against Oasis position. Ripper now exposed and has to stay. Team Secret.
It's a bucket.
This is just amazing for Bash. He'll make it a time. He knows the distance. He knows the timing. And he gives him a chance in a fairer battleground. But the problem is here, Black and Blue. HP not really in his department now.
He has a single Prowler, and that Haunt is going to be online in 5 seconds as well. What a lineup there coming from Jesse Bash. Immaculate, always at the ready, but Ripper has found him out. Here comes that Nightfall. Now this allows Bash to try and move back and forth, and on the swing! Jesse Bash once again! He gets around the ROG clutch coming his way. What a consistent player. He has been absolutely showing the young kids how it's done back in his day.
Come on, call him daddy again and again. The father of PH Esports. How many times do I have to say it? Every game he touches turns into gold. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna give you a list right now. Just, of course, all of those international experiences in the MOBA scene, and arcade shooters around representing the PH in those World Cups, and even coaching into the mobile leagues now, back into the forefront and back onto the stage here in Valorant. And well, the stage is set by Wits, Marky having to bow down to the prowess of Team Secret. And yet again, this is where Oasis will struggle once Team Secret... Hello, Prowler, yes? Where do you want to go?
It's a figure 8.
It just decided to draw a quick little figure there. Ad infinitum, perhaps, for Team Secret, but we'll see if they can get an infinite amount of momentum with these rounds. Wits right now, the dashing on forward. Wild Oreo absolutely blinded there by the paranoia, and now he's isolated. His generator stands will just be diffused. Wits getting on the board. Team Secrets, a successful plant and take of that A site.
Rifles here, not in the favor of Oasis, nor the man count. Save that lockdown, Ripper, for another round. He knows he has to. Pushing on, Envy gets a kill. Borkum pushing on towards the grass as well. Reaps the soil and gets a kill. Securing that advantageous half here early on, 7-3. So OASIS can get these last 2 rounds to turn out well for them, but it's going to be very difficult nowadays, and it's not a good sign of things to come. If this is a mere, I guess, kind of telltale sign of what is to come with them being on the defense and struggling like this on a map like Ascent, things are not going to bode well for them at the end of this.
Yeah, and the worst part for OASIS Gaming is they're always put in awkward scenarios. You can see the biggest victim of that is Marky. And I can see why he's struggling to find those kills, because many a times when he tries to put on the impact, Team Secret is prepared for it. Either the front or the back. It's always an angle that OASIS Gaming needs to be wary of. It's just the biggest problem right now here for OASIS. We're not even seeing those cheeky teleport plays from Dubstep. No, you mentioned it a while ago. And I was going to talk about how on Bind, it's kind of similar case. It just suits the map even better, so it's more obvious. But he always plays that hold back style Marky, though, making the shot connect off Dubstep dispenser, making the trade work. And see, there's no escape from Marky. Even with the kill on Dubstep, it doesn't matter because Team Secret will be prepared for it. And just problems after problems piling on for OASIS. In the meantime, for Team Secret, using their utilities in sometimes different manners. Case in point, Dubstep. But a safer way to get that intel to garner the call, but Ripper making it unsafe for Wits, and here comes trouble as OASIS Gaming happens to hold on sites. Team Secret though with the angle over at Speedway, Jesse Bash zooming on in, and there you go, the boom with the zoom. That's 2 for your Bash already.
Jesse Bash, completely decapitates Envy.
There you
Give
go.
him a 4th, man. Jesse Bash. What a player, what a game he's having, and what just an amazing series he has in his grand finals, and he has really evolved his game to be able to take up the mantle of some of the most difficult positions the Team Secret need him to do. And with flying colors and 5 stars, he passes them all.
I know this is the wrong game, but somehow, someway, he has just backtracked back to prime Jesse Bash again and again, and this has just been his stage. He is the Time Master. We know that he keeps the Chronos on, and now OASIS Gaming, bit of a timeout just for recovery. They desperately need it. They're unable to stem the Team Secret tide from coming their way. The dam that they're trying to build bursting because of the overcapacity even before the barricades are set. And you look at their composition right now, you have that Killjoy, you have that Astra, but do they really have the chance to go for those stalls as much as possible with things like the nanoswarms, things like the stars? No, that's the problem. And the times that they do, they just get bothered by the fake outs, Team Secret having a different angle of attack, if ever. And it just becomes such a struggle for OASIS Gaming to stop the push. The moment that Team Secret makes it to a site, that's already a big problem and a big blunder for the OASIS side, given the composition that they have. And Team Secret, the execution's clear and showing OASIS how it's done.
I'm not too sure if Jesse Bash is still calling on this map, but I would assume so, because he pretty much does for most of the maps that they do play in. But what a scan here coming in. Marky's able to capitalize on that. Great recon vault from Envy. Borkum quick on the trade, not gonna let that go unchecked. Here as well, no, Dubstep though puts the mask on and they're looking. Nobody cared till he put it on, and now they have to be wary of what he's gonna do. Flash can peek on out, dismisses out of it, does not be able to get the kill because Ripper's right there behind him. He didn't even notice. Dubstep not checking his rear. Jesse Bash and Borkum, it's all onto him. Borkum boosting himself up here on Heaven. Can definitely be that angel that they need, but can't even keep Jesse Bash protected from the smitten lightning strikes down below here from Envy. Another re-smoke. Allow Borkum to have some concealment to work with, but his wall can be broken. Gonna ultimate his way from the shadows all the way to the B side as he's faked him completely here. And now he has a real chance to make things happen. As a single shadow step to utilize, smoke should be up in 5 seconds, but no more paranoia. Nothing else to really outplay him.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much though, unless Borkum decides to turn back that time to Borkum time. Ripper there on the other side. Here we go with Adult Oreo, and case in point, OASIS. As soon as they come out from a pause, no ifs and buts, they get that round. Convincing statement there from OASIS. I believe this time though, it was just a lot more ambitious from Team Secret. Oasis expecting the dimensional drift play, expecting the backstab to come. And you could see there towards that A site, they had the numbers, and they still didn't fully expend everything. They put the lockdown, anticipating that Borkum was going to go for the TP play. And this really goes to show that for Oasis, they're not done with this game as of yet. But this is quite a commanding presence by Team Secret. And the biggest reason why is Commander Jesse Vash himself. The clutch has been unreal from Jesse Vash. Many times, he's able to bail out the team in those scrap fests, and especially in those 1v1s that he can use his utilities. It's the wisdom again for Team Secret, giving them the edge. Oasis, though, now on the attacking side, we know for Oasis, the executes are clear cuts every time they're on the attack for any kind of map.
Oasis' attack, even on a defensive map like this, can still punch through and make things a lot more desperate for Team Secret than you might think. 8-4, not that big of a scoreline, not when it's Oasis at the helm of that horse on the Trojan side of things. They can, get themselves on the back lines and really just make things chaos for Team Secret. Now they have that fade on the Jesse Vash, and we've seen his Prowler coming big multiple times over, especially that haunt of his. But if Cook was able to land, yeah.
I thought you were going to say especially that figure 8 that we saw.
No, I mean, I get the idea, right, of the figure 8. It was just to make sure that he didn't miss anything directly around the Prowler, make a 360, right? But it just looked kind of comical in the way it all panned out.
It's because it started latching to the left. And then I think he probably controlled it to the right? The Prowler is a very interesting ability to talk about. Because he can half control it, but then it decides to have a mind of its own when it smells a little bit of blood nearby. This is interesting. But you were saying something.
JC Vash, big smart, big brain.
Big brain, there you go. Thank you. DLD are very good. But Coco,
if he knifed the Jesse Vash, then there's no abilities for him to use.
Yes. But the problem was, the Nightfall was there, remember that? And then just like, okay, no problem, I guess I die.
Yeah.
Why do you start talking like this?
Yeah.
That's a small, no, that's when we go for the small talk. Small voice, but now big implications into the round. Team Secrets, if they can be convincing here in the second half, well, that's a second map in their favor. It'll be one away from getting back to where they perceive to be, where they belong in. Next map after this one could be Breeze, but Oasis, they need to ascend to even higher heights here to the ascent. The rollercoaster ride of the Oasis. A thrill ride waiting to happen. And let's see right now, as Witch will have to duel into the middle. Alright, though, we get the entry point from Marky, cutting the line and cutting Dispenser down with some help from Wild Oreo. Ripper, though, able to tear apart Borkum. Dubstep now, finding the trade onto Ripper. But it's still Oasis with a hallmark of the executions. Here we go. Example is set, and A-side is taken.
There's a thing, though, Dax. I think their defense here is going to struggle from Team Secret because of the composition that they bring. It isn't as well-rounded as Oasis might be, and so the stacking side of theirs looking potentially very illustrious. Great round here from Oasis. 5-8 pistol round taken and seized very convincingly as well. Not really much exception to that fact coming from Team Secret, and once again, their defensive side, I'm not too sure how well it's going to work out considering the hand that they're bringing to the table.
Well, for Team Secrets, I think it really has to depend on if they can get those angles yet again. It worked out on the attacking side. I'm looking really of what Dubstep can do here on the defense. And we go back to the sample size, not just for the RRQ game versus Ascent, but again, how he plays the Yoru on Bind itself. Usually he throws the gate crash backwards, and then he's the one moving forward here. But this is a little bit different. Instead, the gate crash now ready for that contest down in Rosa. And if ever this was a mid-contest by Oasis Gaming, that could have been the backstab there. But case in point, Oasis, they want to direct their attention straight to this site. And who can blame them? They have that KO. They have that Sova. They also have an Asher to set up those stars so easily that Oasis Gaming, as soon as Marky decides to go in, they will just follow and suit as much as possible. Dispenser though, Shorty now in hand. Ready? Right behind the smoke. Crosshair being set. Oasis right now rethinking their plans and mobilizing just a little way to watch the flank. Should still be an A-take here if ever they want to.
Look at how far they've pushed themselves here. Also give it up early. Trying to rotate around. They don't have enough time to do that. Perfect read from Marky. Not sure if he found maybe or saw the barrel there, but got the lucky spam through and expecting the stack on the A site. It's a good guess for him to make. Jesse Vash has a good position here. I think he gets tagged by his teammates on Paranoia. Trying to check this smoke for anything. He gets one, but that's out of shells for him. The double shorty, and that's all he can do. As Ripper and Wild Oreo makes this and says adieu. 6-8, Oasis convert the anti-bonus in quite a proficient fashion, but Team Secret now, their guns are going to have to come in big.
Ripper should have told Envy that he was dodging the smoke. Did you notice that? He stayed away from going directly into the smoke. He hugged the circle instead, expecting perhaps a shorty surprise on the inside, but look at Envy. He's just rolling on in. It's like, oops, guess we got to tell you that someone's there, and for Oasis Gaming, of course, they mop on up. So good sign here in the second half. They won out that pistol yet again for Oasis. And now, let's see if they can convert on the bonus. A bit of Vital. Wild Oreo actually going to have a rifle right now alongside Marky. Oasis not afraid to invest whatsoever with their stellar guns. Wits right now having to break that 0 point, able to dash on away, but that's still expenditure here, my friend. He had to use the dash right now just to get the hell out of that bad situation. Oh, the Yoru fake out. No one gonna fall for it. Instead, in Oasis Gaming, hit by the Paranoia. It's quite a medley of utility being a bother. There's no conversion from Team Secret as of yet. Instead, now, we are converted to the Oasis religion. Marky can get on the board versus Wits. Jesse Bash making a trade work, but he's busy swinging with the mace and busy trying to get away. Ripper will catch him off guard and catch him from above. Marky now with one more. It's 4v2 as Team Secret tried to scramble. Dispenser, though, tried to bail out of that situation. Borkum, though, now in a 1v2 slate.
Ooh, dangerous.
And this is dangerous, as you said. The star in the way over at the Speedway. Marky getting ready. Seems like Borkum trying to go for the wall bangs, but Team Secret cannot find the target. Oasis already advancing just slightly there with Wild Oreo, and he's on spike, ready to pounce. Wild Oreo keeping it calm, and Oasis stringing along the 3 here.
Great find from Oasis. That's 4 rounds now in a row that they have won, including the final one of the first half. I don't know, like Borkum, he had some utility there, could have TP'd through, across in a switch, and then used maybe a smoke, but hey, bygones be bygones. This is what I'm talking about, Dax. It's going to be very difficult on this defensive side from Team Secret, even though it is a favored side on the set. Typically, it could be quite a conundrum for them, because what utility do they really have to force Oasis back from their pushes? On the defense of Oasis, they had that Astra, they have the Killjoy, and everything else in between with the KO as well, but not that same card to be dealt here by Team Secret, seeing it how a lot of their composition is based on winning those fights. They have lots of flashes to throw out, lots of utility to throw out in terms of the gunfight itself, but in terms of stopping power, stalling the opposing side, nothing really aside from Dispenser. One could argue, hey, isn't the Paranoia or a Prowler almost like a stopping utility in that case? Yes, but the idea is to reinitiate. But if they can't win those initial reinitiates here, if I may will, it's going to be very difficult for them to really win things around. So either they win the opening gunfight or have to hard play a retake.
No, that's a good point right there. Because that's exactly what happened in that last round. Sure, the Paranoia connects, but where's the follow-up? Sure, all these other utilities connect, but where's the follow-up? Oasis Gaming, they are stalled, but not stopped. And for Oasis, they will not be stifled by that kind of setup whatsoever, because the execute is clear, the plan is there, and again, Oasis acting on orders and acting on the shots. 3 already going down the hand of Team Secret, and the haste that does not make waste whatsoever. Oasis looking to be as sublime as possible, Wild Oreo making the trade work. And everything left now to Wits, but he's so far away from the Blade Storm, so far away from all of the action. And this is now Oasis showing how offensive they can truly be on the attacking side. What can stop the Oasis train now? I look at the Team Secret's roster, and it has to be an early pick or two. Someone like Wits or Dubstep, they need to take that extra step. Because what Borkum, Vash, and Dispenser have right in hand, it has proven to be not enough to hold the line against Oasis Gaming. Oasis now backing on away safely. They should be able to take this round. And Wits is going to be joining his brothers in arms in their own demise. But there you go. Tied up now. The Oasis Gaming will be able to get the round. Wits, though. Did Wits just stay alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was saving the armor he had. But
okay,
it's a thing, I guess.
Okay. No, I'm just like, okay, yeah,
yeah, curious. Anywho, rounds at an equilibrium here right now. Pendulum swinging so far, magnetized towards Oasis's favor. That could be turned around by Team Secret right here, right now. No operator out once again in the hands of either Wits or Dubstep. And as I said, their utility that they have comes down to really just perfect timing on how they flash and reinitiate to try and counter these pushes, because a lot as well of their comp comes down to getting a kill and swinging immediately to try and rather getting a flash popping and getting a kill immediately after that swing. And if they don't, then the utilities pretty much come to very little use. So you're gonna have to really set the pace early on, or wait back and play a bit more retake where they have so much more initiating power. The Paranoia, the Fade, and the Yoru combined, as well as obviously Wits on that Jet, is really where they can make things different. But look at Dubstep here, waiting. He knows he has that gate crash to bail out at any time if it does seem to be the case. This Aldro not gonna find him. Pulls out the fake out here, but it's Envy who finds him. And how does it all crumble here in the face of Dubstep? Spencer was holding his mark, but just awkward positioning, awkward timing, catching him off guard. They get the plant off of it too.
Couldn't hit the shots whatsoever, and fortunate for Team Secret. Worries yet again on the defense. The woes continue. And as it stands, the Cosmic Divide now keeping Oasis with a quite safe haven, but Borkham now shattering that illusion. And Wild Warrior gonna get felled, so the backstab now a possibility for Team Secret, something they used effectively on the attacking side. And here we have it, Dispenser Wits on the board, the retake looking quite clear here. Coco the only one left, but for Team Secret, this was a much needed round. It fell apart for Dubstep, but not for the rest of Team Secret. And case in point, if Oasis doesn't watch their rear as much as possible, well, it's their butts on this plate, and this is now Team Secret keeping the lead in hand.
But you see how that round basically came down to Team Secret winning duels. Now that can be a generalization for most rounds in general, but there's better ways to reinforce that. Borkham, good flank from him, and for him to be, completely just keeping an eye on whatever happens on that flank, and as well as making sure that the Oasis have to check their backs, have to look over their shoulder one time before blinking, then it does kind of cause a scramble within the site. But if not for those kind of individual plays that we find here from Team Secret to bail them out, then things are going to be very difficult for them still to close this map out. They hold on to the lead for the meantime, but how long will that continue? Nightfall doesn't connect. If anything, it gives away the intention of Team Secret on this defensive side. And with that very, very aggressive mid-take, it almost seemed like it would be late on the rotate, but they've got lots of utility to force and rather stop A main if it ever did come. But the Oasis looking to re-hit here towards the A site, and Ripper finds a perfect timing to catch up Dubstep.
Yeah, they saw it coming and they stayed away from the moon there. The Nightfall was into play. A little too ambitious from Dubstep to go forward towards the spawn. This is something Oasis loves to have, especially when they have that Killjoy. A chance to rotate if ever. A watch over onto the other main. And now Marky, the main man of Oasis Gaming, able to get rid of Dispenser to start things off. Now he decides to climb the towers here through the window. He will shatter expectations and look to shatter the Team Secret defense as it stands. Blast rune all over the floor, and bodies will fall on the hand of Team Secret. Next lifts is gonna be Wits. Only one left right now in this situation. Kokodo gonna get confirmed. Still getting ready with a dash if ever, but who's waiting on top of things? And it's Marky right there, right then, in position. 9-9, Oasis tie it up yet again.
Team Secret, I honestly don't think that this map is going to go their way. And I really do feel like at the end of things, Oasis have a good chance of tying this up, even more so than Icebox would, considering the fact that, and that's also, taking the factor that Icebox typically is a better map for Oasis in general. That is for Team Secret. The composition here and the playstyle just, I think, is a better matchup for Oasis that is for Team Secret's favor. And we see those struggles that we talked about and woed about early on, even during the pistol of the second half, come true. Like, there's really a lot more difficulty in finding any sort of stalling or stopping power on Team Secret's side because of what their comp just gives them. Now, it's really good on the attacking side. We saw them close it out 8-4. But even at that case, it can be completely flipped over on their defense because of all those woes we've said. Now, it does come down to a shooting game at the end of the day. Who taps heads first wins, but the better ways to influence those fights, it's on Oasis' side.
For Oasis, this is really just one of those contending grounds here, man. Team Secrets, they've shown their struggles on Ascent in the PH history, and yes, they have had recent success. They have shown that they can make these very innovative compositions work, but the struggles for Dubstep are absolutely clear. We haven't seen too much wiliness out of the Yoru. It's more clear-cut where he's going, and Oasis absolutely no fool whatsoever. Can they handle it though? Can they actually take the lead away from Team Secrets? Seems like those are the questions now looking to be answered by Oasis. How many times though do we have to look at this quiz?
You should
The Aldrone for the target. Lockdown though initiated here. The Oasis Gaming setting up a foundation for their success. Borkum though, he's trying to be ambitious. The turret's gonna be spotting him out. And do we get the peek here from Marky? He knows he's running on the way. Witz though making the trade work. It seems like the Blades right now are gonna be as sharp as ever. Dispenser finally getting the stall on. Going for a little bit of a dink there. Ripper able to make the trade work. And Dubstep right now answers back. Suddenly though, it's all left now to Infi. Alone on an island and alone on the boathouse. Hunter's Fury to call. Witch flying on eye, ascending to even the better heights. And the Blade Storm will connect them all. Lacerations as this corpse is a crime scene. 10-9 and Team Secret fight back. They refuse to budge away from this lead position.
I get why Envy kind of wanted to pop that because they were coagulated towards that CT position, towards that defender-sided spawn entrance, but I know for such a cerebral player, I think that was by far the wrong move to pull out. Why use a Hunter's Fury in a 1v3, especially against an eco you just made more expensive for yourself in a round that you're probably going to lose already? Could have been crucial to utilize later on, but this is what Team Secret have to do. They have to shake things up, and there's so much ask of Dispenser in this map, in this matchup specifically, considering the comp that they have. He is going to have to be super flexible and have really good reads, honestly, on where he places his utility to try and give Team Secret that small bit of stopping power they desperately need. Now, this Operator, though, could be that final card in the deck. The Team Secret have been waiting to pull out here on the defensive side. And Witz, we know how potent he can be with that, but they shut him down with a smoke here early on. Dispenser gets a kill, and that's his job done. All he has to do at this point is fall back and make sure they don't cross idly in the market. Flash shot, perfect from Dubstep! And it gets Ripper and Envy. In that case, Jesse Vash on the flank gets shut down by Walt Oreo, but the damage has been done. 2v4, and Coca and Walt Oreo are going to have to pull out even more heroics to maybe scrap around here.
Yeah, screw it. Team Secret says they just want to go for the challenge of Dispenser. The gauntlet has been thrown. Wild Oreo gonna fall. Everything left out to Coco, but he is spotted out here by Team Secret anyway. No matter where you come from, Team Secret is watching with an all-seeing eye, and that is exactly now how Team Secret wants to win. They realize, okay, maybe we can go for the duels. We can make these kind of plays. Dispenser, though, off that marker, winning out that mid-fight, it just allowed Team Secret to be even more ambitious because now they know that the flank would be coming from market too soon. It wouldn't bother Dubstep if he ever makes a blindside play and place in points, mowing them both down. Really, Team Secret, it's just a matter of resiliency right now here, my friend. The fact that they have struggled here in the second half doesn't really matter too much just because they've been able to keep the lead away from Oasis. And almost, unfortunately, it's just never good enough. Let's see if Oasis can actually get the grasp on the situation. And not only that, Blade Storm here for the hand of Marky. So this is Oasis now, looking for a proper timing to actually make it towards this A site. Witz still able to back on the way. The blind connecting. Luckily for him, he was able to creep through the archway and at least crawl with his Operator still in hand. For Oasis, though, it's only a matter of time for their explosion. Just trying to see if they can get that cubby control before anything else. Dubstep, though. Does Ripper see that coming? I don't think it's in the AoE. This is a perfect chance if it apps for Dubstep to make that play. There you go, teleport on in. And Ripper half expected it, but didn't fully commit, and now he's dead.
Great use of the utility there from Team Secret and Dubstep especially. Very hard to try and do much against that. Marky, getting tagged up quite a bit here. Luckily for him, the turn doesn't slow him down too much. Not that it is even in sight for that. They will get the plant down here on the B side, so a chance, but that's slowly being scrapped away here by Vash. Dubstep, Dispenser, it all comes on him. Coco's detained. It's jail time for him. Potty time as well, as Borkum, from the rear, takes him down. 9-12. Team Secret rally back. They realize, hey, what we have to do on this defense is get those early picks, early initiate. Otherwise, we're going to be, when it comes down to the time, going to be very difficult to try and force an Oasis full 5-man push to stall. So the game plan here being shifted up by Team Secret has been the perfect case for them to secure this match point.
Yeah, that's what we noted early on. If Team Secret is going to run this double duelist on the defense, might as well make those plays early and as quickly as possible. In past few rounds, not only has Dubstep really stepped on up, it has also been Dispenser finding ways to get those frags out. And for Team Secrets, those are where, in crucial moments, their roster absolutely steps on up. Timeout called, OASIS Gaming. They feel that they're always so close to reaching Team Secret standard. But we just go back to... we just go back to the OASIS problem, right? They are the epitome of almost there. They are the epitome of just being an inch away from true greatness. And right now, it's rearing its ugly head here in this series because that Icebox map, they were the ones on match point first, and it all fell apart. Here on the attacking side, their executes have been so stellar, especially when they can just handle the stall from Team Secrets. But once Team Secret adjusted, it has become an OASIS problem. The timeout, though, has been some good juju here for them. It has been a good sign. And let's see if OASIS can fight on back, force that OT if ever, because the series can go the distance, especially if OASIS can keep up with Team Secrets. Borkum, though, on the other side, over with that wine, get the flash drive. And this is TS now. Having to be playing a little bit more careful, because if OASIS decides to go and get the commitment, then it'll be a bother onto Wits and Borkum here.
It's never a feels-good moment, Dax, to be short an inch, but this time, OASIS, they have to stand true, stand up tall. And a true shot here landing for Wits. Ball don't lie. Neither does Borkum. Off of the wine, he stakes a sip, and it's Envy who finds the bottom of the cup here, lined with poison, led by the bullets of Borkum himself. On the flank, though, taking this short position, walk their way all up towards grass. I don't think Team Secret are going to realize what OASIS is about to reap. They sow it, though. It goes Wits' way. Not the harvest season that OASIS were expecting here. Ripper does get found. Marty as well. Perfect Hunt, and he is terrorized. A nightmare for him to be put in this situation. 2v5 on the stage. This is looking like a done round. Doesn't even connect the shot, but what does it matter? Because Dubstep is here to clean up house, but Marky will get the trade immediately. Not letting him get that kill, which seemed so opportunity. Right one for them. Wits finally connects the shot, and this could be it. Will he get the final? No. Coco still fighting on True. Picks up the operator. The only weapon you really want in a low economic and low health situation. This is going to be a very difficult clutch for him to pull out. That turret gives him away when he does cross, but his own footsteps will be his own demise as well. Dispenser knows this is coming, and that is it. Map number 2 secured by Team Secret. 2-0 as they go up in the series.
We are always at the edge of the ending there. Seems like the epilogue went a little bit longer, but Team Secrets, they write truly an epitaph right now, and OASIS Gaming, they were getting close. They were getting there, but they couldn't make it to the promised land versus Team Secret. As soon as Team Secret decided to put their foot on the door, OASIS Gaming could not play any entries, really, and that just became the problem for OASIS, getting stifled and the push is getting stopped as soon as they had their angles. Truly, the tolls were set there by Team Secrets, and that's why they take the win there on Ascent. So, 2-0 right now for the series. Team Secrets just one win away from going back to their throne, going back to being tight.